The following is a presentation of TFNN. Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the December 5th terrific Thursday edition of today's Opening Bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that's what it's all about. So let's go look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call, you see, questions are the answer. You know, folks, if you want a better life, I say, ask a better question. You know the saying, ask and you shall. That's right, ask and you shall receive. Now, if you're not getting what you want out of life, it boils down to the fact that you're not asking the right question. You see, questions control our focus. Let me give you an example that reminds me, that moves me each time I see it or each time I hear it. It's the example of the opening of today's show. Look, each of my show openings are designed to put me into a peak physical state before I come onto the air, and each of my show openings forms a question. On Thursdays, the question is, in your life, have you ever seen anything like that? Now, that was brought to us by Vern Lundquist as he was calling the shot heard around the world as Tiger Woods chipped in on hole number 16 at Augusta. Woods took the lead with that shot as it put him at 14 under versus Chris DeMarco, who was 12 under. However, the real story is the story of DeMarco, not Woods. The real story is the question that Chris asked himself right then and there when one of the most incredible golf shots ever had been made and may have even ended his Masters run. And Chris, he had to change his physical state of mind, immediately, because there were only 2 holes to go. And now he was down by 2 shots. That's the story that pumps me up. That's the story that puts me into a peak physical state. That's the story that is rarely told. Look, I've been friends with the DeMarco family for over 20 years now, and it's a story that moves me. You know, if you want to move someone, you must first be moved. And I've been moved because I've had the fortune to hit a shot of similar magnitude in my golf life, not like Tiger Woods, but in my golf life, on a famed island green at my course during the playoff at a member guest tournament. But that story is about me, and this is not about me. But I will say that you can't move someone until you've been moved. Now, most mortal men would have folded right then and there. After all, Tiger Woods just hit one of the best shots in history, really one of the best shots in golf history. And DeMarco, who had been in the lead for most of the golf tournament, was now down by 2 with 2 to play. Most mortal men would have asked the question, why me? Or what's wrong with me? But Chris is no mortal man. Chris is a scrapper, a fighter, a man up to the challenge. And his question was, how bad will this hurt if I give up right now? It's an amazing question because even though Tiger Woods just made a miraculous shot, Chris was thinking, don't give up. Even though Tiger just went up by 2, Chris is thinking, don't give up. Chris is thinking, anytime you can make Tiger hiccup a little bit, you know you're doing something right. So let's go make Tiger hiccup. And guess what? Hiccup Tiger did. He bogeyed the last 2 holes, sending the match to sudden death overtime. Now, on the first playoff hole, Chris was short of the green in 2, chipped up, hit the flag, and lipped out that chip shot. Now, Chris's chip shot had hit the flag, could have easily just fallen into that hole, but it didn't, and he had to now overcome that too. Don't give this away was his thought. I don't know if you've ever had to hit a putt. It doesn't matter whether it's 6 inches or it's 12 inches or what have you. When the marbles are on the line, folks, you can get a little wobbly in the knees. But don't give this away, was his thought. Now, Tiger went on to sink that birdie putt, but the real story, in my opinion, the real role model, in my opinion, the real question, in my opinion, is the one that came from Chris DeMarco. How bad will this hurt if I give up right now? Folks, don't give up. Don't ever, ever, ever give up. Questions, they are the answer. And if you want a better life, just simply ask a better question. Well, let's go check out these markets. These are markets that just won't give up for the most part. Right now, the Dow is off 48 points out here, 15,838. We're setting up a nice battle between the Bulls and the Bears today. We saw that battle unfold yesterday. S&P futures off 5 right now. They're trading out at 1786. NASDAQ futures up 1 point. They're trading at 34.83. Russell 2000 down just a bit. King dollar jumping all over the place right now. It's just down 9 cents. It's trading out at 80.54. We've seen some movement in the euro, in the yen. We'll take a look at the currency pairs. Hey, how about that hard currency pair? Goldilocks out there. I hope you didn't take that head fake yesterday, because that's all that it was with Inside Gold. Gold has not changed its trend. Had some nice price movement out there, but no way, no how, no way. Silver, the same thing, high-ho silver. We'll get that William Tell overture a little bit later in the show, and we'll cover those commodities. Light sweet crude is flat out there. That's kind of impressive. It's trading out at 97.18. As we take a quick peek around the globe here over in Europe, the DAX is off 30 points, the FTSE down 14. It was a sea of red in Asia last night, well, at least with regard to the 3 indexes that we follow. The Nikkei down 230 points, 1.5%. Hang Seng off 16 points, relatively flat, but still down nonetheless. The Shanghai off 5 points. I would say a flat market there also. Our call-in number, you know it, 877-927-6648. If you give me a call, would be happy to take a look at your stock chart. So let's start off by taking a look at the ES Mini. What did it do? You know, if you were on the listening to the shows yesterday, boy, we had the opportunity as the show was opening to say, hey, guess what? This market here needs to bounce. It needs to work off that oversold condition, and most certainly it bounced. And the choices are either move sideways to work off an oversold condition or truly a bounce. Well, we got a bounce. We got a bounce extraordinaire. I was saying, and the rubber bands here, they only can stretch so far. They cannot get below zero. If you're taking a look at my chart here, if you're watching us on TigerTV, thanks so much for doing that. If you're listening on the radio or your mobile device at TFNN.mobi, look, we appreciate that so much. Remember, you can catch the live stream of the show by going to the homepage of TFNN.com. Upper right-hand side, you'll see a button, 3 smartphones. Click on that. You'll get this show streaming to you live. This rubber band here in the market, the bottom indicator, forget about not just above the volume out there. It can't stretch below zero, folks. And when it stretches down there, it has to snap back. You don't know, it doesn't have to necessarily snap back and make a big move. But, man, big move it was yesterday. As we came into the 9:30, you saw the ES Mini. It got down to a low of about 17.85 out there. A couple of ticks lower, minute or two later, and then boom. Man, this thing really had wide price spread. Look at the volume there. We showed that yesterday. The volume on the 10:30, it's a 30-minute chart that we're taking a look at, 257,000 contracts. That move was real. It absolutely was real out there. I don't know if it was just flushing out shorts, stops, but what it did do is it got above that parity line. Now, as we were coming in at the 11 o'clock show, because I do 9 to 11, as you know, as we were coming in at 11 o'clock, we said and we noted that, guess what? Price was starting to get to that extreme overbought condition, and that price needed to pull back. And when I left the show, I said the key is going to be watching what price does at 1794.25. 1794.25, not a swing point. It's an invisible swing point. It's the most important swing point that you must know if you trade the ES Mini. I know that some folks actually, they apply what I've taught them to other charts out there, some other commodity charts out there. I just strictly use it for the ES Mini. Doesn't mean you can't use it for something else. In fact, just the opposite. 1794.25. Very important, very invisible. It's muy grande, mucho importante. That's my best. That's my best bilingual stuff that I can throw at you. And guess what Price did here yesterday? Price, as it came down to 11.30, got down to 17.93.75, stopped at 17.94.25. How does that work, folks? Took a little bit of a break during that next 30-minute session at 12 noon, 17.94.25. The old tug of war was happening right there, and then whoosh, out came the move lower. Out came the move lower. And then we saw here as price was moving down into the time frame of 2 o'clock yesterday, it was creating that almost the ultimate of A to B equals CD down patterns, the 1 to 2.618, A to B equals CD down. There's only one more expansion that it can make. What would that be? That's right. It's good old apple pie out there. 3.14, whatever it is, in the A to B equals CD expansion world. Well, price makes that 1 to 2.618, gets down into a sold condition out there, bounces, and when it bounces, where does it find resistance? 17.94.25. You think that's important? You know, the jobs numbers, they came out at what time? About 8:30 here this morning. At 8:30, coming into that time frame, you saw the futures kind of punch up a little bit out there. I would hate to think that you tried to jump on board there, knowing that 17.94.25 was just overhead. Guess what the high was coming in 8:30? 17.94.25. Guess what held as resistance out there? 17.94.25. Jobs numbers came out. We've seen prices move lower. What we can also see is prices starting to get down. They can be pushed a bit lower, starting to get pushed down, starting to get towards that oversold condition out here. We have a market that has been a yo-yo. Well, now let's go take a look and see what's going on inside that Euro-Japanese yen out here. Something to think about. That has been moving higher as our futures have been moving lower. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures off 40 points right now. They're trading out at 15,845. S&P, they're trading out at 1788. Some jumpers in the market here this morning. You've got Cons Inc., CONN out there. Closed at 58.46. They're trading out at $67 and change out here. They have raised their guidance here. They generated revenues of $310 million versus $206. Nice move there. Let's see, I don't see the net income out here, but I'm assuming the net income, it rose to $24 million versus $11, so they're having a nice pop. Apple, they're closed at $565. They're trading out at $573 out there. And it is all about Goldilocks and silver. So it's that time for us in our show to go take a look at the metals market. And yes, I do believe I hear it in the background. I do believe it is high-O silver. Right now we've got silver. It's trading off about 49 cents, down 2.5%. Trading out at $19.35. Let's take a look at what silver did yesterday. Now I'm going to put up the ultimate. I think it's the ultimate in charting tools out here. Of course, I believe that because I've created it. But I've created it for a reason out here. Have you ever been on the wrong side of a trade? Do you believe that the trend is your friend out here? Well, that's really this chart here. Hopefully you're watching us on Tiger TV. We're going to put up the daily chart here for silver. You want to talk about the trend as your friend, even though you had a nice price move yesterday. All that silver did was it bounced up into a resistance area. That's all that it did here. Silver's got to get above $19 and close above $19.86 in order for that trend to potentially change out here. Hasn't done that. Yesterday, now, formed a nice reversal pattern here. Candlestick charting wise, formed a nice little bull sash, Morningstar. Morningstar's a 3-candle formation. That takes into account the last 3 trading sessions, that being December 2nd, December 3rd, and then, of course, yesterday, December 4th. That says that you've got some support here at the bottom of yesterday's candle. That price point out there is $18.89. But the trend inside of high-ho silver, guess what, folks? It's still down. It is still down. All it did yesterday was a little bit of a head fake. Now, if you're a person that likes to try to buy the bottom tick, best of luck to you. It's a difficult thing to do. In fact, if you want to do it, you want to make sure that you're at least doing something like testing a swing point low. Well, did silver do that? No, because the swing point low is $18.18. Did it complete an A to B equals CD down because you like to, buy the D point? Well, if we take a look at the A to B equals CD down, no, it didn't. That'd be about $18.60 out there. Silver folks, it is not a buying opportunity. I hope that after the close yesterday or what have you did not jump on board and try to take that trade. The trend is still down in silver. Look, if the trend is going to change inside these metals, it's not going to just change for a day, is it? Why don't you just draft the change? That trend has not changed in silver. It is still to the downside. If we take a look at Goldilocks out here, we're going to see the same move out here inside of gold. If we take a look at the continuous contract, I can pull that up on my screen here. That trend is also to the downside. And no real reversal. Well, no strict reversal pattern. This also had a version of a morning star. That says yesterday, support. You could find support down here at the low of 12.10, but that trend is also still down. In order for gold to change its trend, we would need to see it close above, I'd say, 12.45.90 or so. Right now it's trading out at 12.24. So no reversal. It could happen. It hasn't happened. You want to wait for it to happen. You might even like to see it confirm it with a following trading, with the following session the following day, just to confirm that it's not a one-hit wonder out there or one-day wonder. And that is in gold and silver. So do not, if you are a person that likes to trade, if you believe that the trend is your friend out here, do not go after silver or gold here yet. Wait for them to at least complete a pattern. In the case of silver, that was gold. If we take a look at the gold pattern, it hasn't completed its A to B equals CD down. The A to B equals CD down pattern, the 1-to-1, well, that's going to take you down to the level of, guess what, the swing point of June 28th out here. Now, the good news is, and I didn't get a chance to do the chart out here, and I apologize for not getting a chance to do it. I did mention this even yesterday. And that is that, with the Thanksgiving holiday, the commitment of traders, the CFTC data was delayed by a day. I did go back and take a look at it. I think it was yesterday morning or the evening before. I just didn't update my chart. But what I can tell you is that the large commercials, the big money out there, they're now moving towards their smallest net short position inside of gold. That says they are preparing for a bottom. That just tells you the big money is preparing. It doesn't tell you when. We want to wait till that trend changes because the big money is on the long side of gold. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
With over 3 decades of trading experience, Andy Hecht brings a tremendous amount of knowledge and expertise to each weekly issue of his newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report. The Technomental Commodity Report gives you Andy's unique technomental analysis of the commodities market, a combination of technicals and fundamental analysis which he has developed and perfected over his many years of trading. The Technomental Commodity Report is only $49 a month, and right now you can get a full month-long trial subscription while paying absolutely nothing. See for yourself the kind of weekly report Andy delivers to his subscribers every Thursday morning. You'll receive specific stock, ETF, and option trades based on Andy's analysis, so no futures account is required. For all the details and to start your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, visit TFNN.com today. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow down 34 points. It's trading out at 15,853. S&P is off 4, trading at 1788. Composite down a point, trading out at 4,037. Russell 2,000 off 60 cents. It's trading at 1120. Apple up $6 right now. Microsoft down 16 ticks. Google off $3, leading the charge to the upside. It is Cons Inc. up a nice 14% this morning, $8 in change. Apple up $6. Methode Electronics, I believe, MEI, that's up 26% this morning. We might have to take a look at that stock chart out here, see what it's doing. It raised its fiscal 14 sales guidance. Net sales up 47%. They had net income of $19 million versus $23 out there, so a little bottom line problem in their second quarter. Celgene, that's up about 2% this morning. Dollar General up 5%. DG is the ticker symbol. Let's take a look, see what they came out with numbers, see what they did here. If I can find it, I can almost do anything except find exactly what their numbers were. So sorry about that. You've got Avgo Technologies. That's up 4% this morning. Solar City, that's up 4.5%. To the downside, Amazing Amazon, AMZN, down $1.80. Now, Amazon, this is kind of a cool thing. Back in the 1900s, early 1900s out there, when we had there were basically 4 main railroads, and they controlled transportation at that stage. The key, folks, is always asking yourself, what business are you in if you own a business? And guess what? If you're listening to this show, you own a business. Whether it's trading, if you're trading, folks, that's a business. If you're running a family, that's a business. So we're all in businesses out there. And oftentimes, the real question that you've got to ask yourself maybe isn't what business are you in, but what business should you be in? Do you realize that the first couple hundred trucks that Ford put out there could easily have been bought up by any one of those railroad companies? But you know what they did? Those railroad companies, they said, we're in the railroad business. They didn't say we're in the transportation business, and they didn't buy those trucks. They could have just simply squashed that market out there. Instead, you had somebody, the guy who started UPS, bought the first, I think it's, I've got it written down. It's a part of a presentation I should have memorized, but so many things in my head. I think they bought the first 70 trucks that came off of the line out there in order to start a delivery service called UPS. Yeah, that little brown wrapper out there. Now, whether or not you do believe or don't believe that drones are going to fly in the sky and deliver packages or what have you, the whole idea is, and the folks that just simply blow that off, you got at least a guy that's saying, what business should I be in? Folks, that is an example that each of us always need to make sure that we are paying attention to, especially if you always, we all own businesses out there, so you got to make certain that you are asking yourself that question out here. Anyway, you've got amazing Amazon. It was the leader out there. It's no longer on my chart out here. You've now got Francesca's Holding. I haven't looked at that for a long time. FRAN, that used to be a part of the IBD stocks. That's down about 10% here this morning. Titan Machinery, they're off 10% as well, down $1.60. Had a request to take a look at Berkshire Hathaway. So let me go do that here. Let me close all these charts out here because I've got to open this chart up just a tad differently than I might normally do that. So let's go take a look at Berkshire Hathaway. Let's go see what it is doing. It's trading out at $173,000 right now per share. Yesterday, let's see, this thing had about volume of 786 shares that traded yesterday, but at $173,000 a share out here. As far as taking a look at this stock chart, I wish I could put it on my other system. This thing has really just been consolidating sideways for about, give you an idea of about a time frame. I would say the solid consolidation, really beginning right back here in about May of 2013. So this thing's been consolidating for a good six months or so out here, not really giving you any kind of indication. Let's see if this thing is either overbought or oversold out here. Let's go apply some of the normal tools that we do apply. Take a look at Berkshire Hathaway on July 22nd, as it was making a high out there at the 178,900 per share price, was also getting into that extreme overbought condition. Since then, it has moved a bit lower. But as I say, as we take a look at this, just simply moving sideways. Now, the consolidation here really coming off of these lows. So, consolidations, oftentimes they will resolve themselves in the direction, more than 60% of the time, it's about 65% of the time, they will resolve themselves in the direction that they came from. If we take a look at that consolidation, I don't even want to say that it really came from the highs out here. There's nothing for me to really gleam out here with regard to Berkshire Hathaway. And the question was, is this going to give you any kind of indication as to what goes on inside of the general markets out here? So let me see if there's something on the larger time frame. Let's take a look at a monthly chart, see what we can see out here. Nothing that I can see inside of the monthly chart for us to pay attention to inside of Berkshire Hathaway. Sorry about that. Let's go take a look at some of these stocks, though, that are popping and dropping. Let's go take a look at Cons Inc., C-O-N-N. Let's take a look at that stock chart, see what it is doing. It's up about 13% here this morning. It's up with nice volume. Let's pull this back. An equity I'm not familiar with, but maybe one that we should become familiar with. Oh, this thing here, take a look at this, though. This thing is just simply going back into an area where it broke down. And it's going back to that window and has not fixed it, has not repaired that window out here. So that is interesting on the news announcement that they had out here. So this has run right into resistance. This thing moved down with big volume on September the 5th. 6.4 million shares to the downside. Had some follow-through that very next trading session, so 7 million shares there. You can see it came right back into the area where it broke down. It's been trading off of that level ever since the market opened up here. So that means that is a strong resistance area. It's highs out here. So it has nice volume, does have nice volume, 1.5 million shares, but right now, so far, looks like a selling opportunity versus a buying opportunity, and that is in Cons Inc. In fact, if you were in Cons Inc., you might want to actually consider taking your profits off of the table right here, right now. That is on Cons Inc. Let's go take a look at Apple. Let's go see what it is doing. It is the second leader in the clubhouse. Is up $6 and change. Of course, we know that Apple is trying to complete its A to B equals CD pattern. At least it's 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. In fact, it's done it here this morning. Now, it has done it by gapping up. Although, albeit a small little gap up, the high of yesterday, 569.19. The low today, 569.75. Folks, when you gap up into your D point, if an A to B equals CD down, when you gap up into maybe a Chapman wave D point, when you gap up into anything out there, if you gap up into a retracement level, anything that you gap up into, you have to be very cautious, because what it really tells you is, guess what? You just completed your pattern, and it's likely not to stop there. So we'll be paying attention. And what we can see here inside of Apple is at 582.84. At 582.84, and what it's in essence done today, it's completed the 0.618 Gartley sell pattern. If we take a look at that Gartley sell pattern here, we'll come all the way down here. Here is our 0.618 Gartley sell pattern, but you have just gapped up into a Gartley pattern, into an A to B equals CD, and that says no, 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 no. You would not take that trade. You would not take that trade, folks. That is not what you want to see. Volume behind the move here so far, 3.6 million shares. Yesterday it did only 13 million shares, so it is gapping up and with volume, and that is on, we'll call it, Gapple this morning as it gapped up. That says that the next move inside Apple could take you up into the 0.786 Gartley sell, right around the $636 mark out there. Now, Gapple is in the overbought territory. That says that at some point here, it needs to work that condition off, but unless we see a reversal, Now, if you see that today, a whole different story, because it has formed that Gartley sell pattern. Nice 0.618 Gartley sell pattern. It has completed the A to B equals CD. Now you need to see what we'll call a reversal of fortune. We have not seen that. What would be a reversal of fortune inside Apple? Well, that's pretty clear. That would be a close below yesterday's. I would say just engulf the entire body, the entire candle, the wicks and all of yesterday. That would mean a close below 560.82. Then maybe you could start thinking about ironing your shorts inside of Gapple. Amazon is back up on the chart screen here. That's the leader in the clubhouse, down $3. Let's go take a look at Amazon. Let's go take a look at Amazon here, though. Or Steve-O's charting tool, AMZN is the ticker symbol. Let's go take a look at the trend inside of Amazon. Boy, nothing but a strong trend out here. In fact, this thing moved into a nice, strong trend, gave you a nice confirmation. That was on September 3rd, 2013. That price, as it closed out on that trading session, was right around $288.88. This thing has been on a tear. Now, you get below the 378.83, and on the daily chart, we may be seeing a short-term, well, I can't tell you what term, we might be seeing an actual change in trend inside of Amazon, but that's at a minimum what it would take. Below the 378.70-ish type range out there. Right now it's trading out at 382.33. Let's take a look at Google, see what Google is doing out here. It is trading off about $4. No big deal out here. Google has been in a strong upward trend, most certainly as it gapped up on those earnings out here. So no damage with inside of Google as we speak at the moment. EOG Resources here, that's off about $2 and change. Now, EOG Resources, this has been in a downtrend. This confirmed its downtrend move right here on the trading session of November the 6th. It closed out that, sorry about that. It closed out that trading session here at 176. Right now it's trading out at 164. Looks like that has got nothing but sellers inside of this equity. That is on EOG Resources. Let's take a look at Baidu, BIDU. Let's go see what that is doing. It's trading off about $2.50, still in a nice uptrend. This could begin to change its trend if we see it close below 163.40-ish or so inside of the marketplace. Let's take a look at Kihu, QIHU, Kihu 360 Technologies. It's off about $2.50. This thing here has been consolidating sideways. Today could actually begin to show a change in trend to the downside, but really more so at this stage, is more of a consolidation pattern versus anything else. Let's go take a look at things moving to the upside out here. To the upside, you've got Puma Biotechnology, PBYI is the ticker symbol. That's up 43% out here. And that is a nice gap up. We'll go take a look on the other system out here. So this equity here actually moved into a confirmed buy mode. It did it on November the 14th. It closed out at that trading session. The close on that trading session was $41.94. It's trading at $66.15 right now. Let me see what is behind this move out here. PBYI is the ticker symbol. And I don't see, I guess I got some type of positive report. Let's see, Puma Biotech reports positive top-line data from I Spy 2 trial. I Spy, I like that. You like to play that game, I Spy? What a great game to play with kids out there, isn't it? Let's take a look at what else is moving to the upside. How about Methode Electronics? MEI is the ticker symbol. Let's take a look at that. It is gapping up here this morning. This thing went into a little bit of a buy mode right here on November 22nd. It closed then at $26.65. It's trading at $32.01 right now. Let's take a look at Receptos. RCPT is the ticker symbol. That's up $5. That's up 23%. Let's go see what this is going to be trading into, because today is when it is giving you its actual buy signal out here. That is Recepto. So let's go see what this is trading into. RCPT is the ticker symbol. Let me just switch tabs on my chart here. And then we come back. We'll go take a look at the currency pairs, see what's going on in the currency world. RCPT is the ticker symbol. And as we take a look at this, you've got this gapping up with some decent volume. Looks like a pretty thinly traded equity out here. In fact, yesterday, total volume, 23,000 shares. Today so far, 219,000 shares. This has a high volume high. Now, it was tested, but nonetheless a high volume high out here that took place on October the 16th. And it looks like that is where it is headed to one more time, maybe up to the levels of about $35.26. Now, this is a IPO, not a bad-looking IPO stock chart out here. Let's take a look at the retracement that this did. Give me a moment here. We'll put on that famous Pesavento patterns tool out here. Looks like it came back, made about a 0.786 retracement out here. Receptos. We might have to take a look at Receptos a little bit further. 877-927-6648. Be right back, folks.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Have you subscribed to the Gold Report yet? On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.69% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began. And right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber as this volatile gold market makes its way back into positive territory after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 32 points right now, trading out at 15,858. S&P is off 4 points. And let's quickly check in on some of the currency markets. Of course, we cannot overlook our favorite currency market, and that is the Euro-Japanese yen. Now, if we take a look at the daily chart, let's start off by taking a look at the daily chart out here. You know, we have not exactly seen the type of conviction, so this is positive for the bulls out here. Because this thing, if we take a look at, let me actually delete this out here for those of you that haven't seen it. I have created what I call a version of the peak counter out here, and that is utilizing Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave out there. In fact, let's send out some nice white light to Basil as he is healing out there. And I've got this. This is the Ensign Windows software that I use. One of the tools that I use, on the show and use for my trading. Couldn't live without it. And so over the Thanksgiving weekend, added to it a peak counter as well as a trough counter out here. As I run this, we'll run this. And those of you that are familiar with Basil's system, he takes a look at those, at least the minimum of those 4 peaks before maybe getting into a potential sell type mode out here. And if we take a look at the Euro-Japanese yen, it formed that so-called peak D on December 3rd out here. I just using a numbering system, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just keeps doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 step out there, knowing that you can only go to 7. In this case here, we can see that it achieved that level. That, again, was on December 3rd, which also happened to be a key reversal session out there. Now, what we have not seen is any kind of conviction to the downside. All you've seen are just simply spinning top-type candles out here, small-bodied candles. And so the pullback here has been relatively tepid. Now, that a little black line you see here at the bottom, that's the 8-period exponential moving average. That means that is right now at a price point of about 138.64. You get a close below that. That would start to confirm a change in trend to the downside and likely move down to about 136.64. Now, why is this bullish? Well, because the direction of the euro, Japanese yen, if all it's doing by working off its oversold condition is moving sideways here, and that's all that it's doing right now. That's all that it is doing right now as we speak at this very moment at 9:56 a.m. on December the 5th out here. That would actually be bullish, in my opinion, even though it has done its measured move, even though it's made that peak D out there. And even though it gave you a key reversal session. So we want to be paying attention to the euro Japanese yen. If we take a look at its 30-minute chart out here, it does have a to B equals CD down pattern. That would take you into the 0.6-minute retracement right around 138.26. That pattern is still in play out here, and it has not achieved that. So we'll see if it can form that downside. Right now, it's just been consolidating ever since about 11 o'clock in the morning on yesterday. So we've had these markets go up and down. If we take a quick peek in at the euro-U.S. dollar currency pair, Mario Draghi saying he'll do whatever he can to keep printing money, keep those printing presses going. If we take a look here at the weekly chart for the euro, you can see it's really traveling with inside this little apex, the bottom of the rising price channel that's coming off of the lows back here on July 27th. And then the descending, the larger price channel line, the red diagonal lines you see starting from the highs in July of 2008 out here. So you can see it's kind of traveling with inside that apex. Nothing really bearish at this stage. It looks like it's going to go ahead and make a run for the top of that descending price channel one more time. Folks, it is thankful and terrific Thursday. A week ago, we were all kind of preparing for Thanksgiving, which I call Thanks Living. And thank you so much for living with us here at TFNN. Have a great Thursday, or I'll see you in a few minutes. See you tomorrow morning. Take care, folks. What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve. Yet, you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.